We are back. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Word on the Block. We are going to invite our guests. And when I tell you guys that this guest that's joining me today, I did go ahead and invite her. How do I describe it? We met a few weeks ago, actually. And when I tell you that it felt like I met a sister, I'm like, girl, we are connected. We are friends. We are whatever. We are business partners. We whatever. Like, I just want to support you. I just want to see you be great. And I just want us to like do things together. So Danisha is coming on shortly. But while we wait on her to come, for those who don't know, Block is a home exchange marketplace. And most people think home exchange, what does that mean? Think The Holiday, the movie The Holiday, where they were swapping homes with each other simply to get a new environment, a new experience without having to pay the lodging cost. Okay, of course, in true Instagram fashion, we're having trouble. Give us a second. Let me see. I just tried to re-invite her. Um, so, Home Exchange, The Holiday. It's a movie in the 90s. Other people have been using, like, it's not unfamiliar in like Europe, right? Oh, okay, wait. Were you able to join? Let's see. So I think we have Danisha joining. I love how Instagram plays with me every Thursday, as if we haven't done this for, I want to say like, we're probably coming on like 8 weeks strong. And she's actually my first female guest. Okay, let's see. Yes, let me see. I just said yes to invite you. So I'm praying that this will work. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, Jesus, this is wild. Every week, every single week, I have trouble allowing my guests to join. It's giving that I probably need to move this party to like YouTube in the future. Hey, I think we finally got her. Denisha, are you there? Can you
Hi.
see us?
Yes, I am there. It is so. Yes, I am
No,
here. I'm so
that's
sorry
not you.
on my
Literally, I was just
end.
saying about how every week Instagram has been like it's giving us challenges to get people on every week, literally every week.
Yes, I was trying to figure out because I was also trying to think. I was like, should I like
Woo!
try and do this for my laptop? Would that have been
So
better?
right now your screen is off. We don't see you.
Okay, let me see if this can help.
Mm, my allergies do. It's such a rainy day here in New York. It's wild, it's cold, it's rainy. Okay, we can see you. It's a little dark, but we can still see you, girl.
It's
Yes.
very
We can
dark.
we can still see you though.
Um, okay, I don't know if
I
it's
mean,
too
if
good,
you feel
but
like this what you want, then this what we doing and this what we gonna do.
I would do the camera
Hey
off,
girl, we're
Samantha. I
here.
don't think.
Let me make sure my volume's up. Can you hear me just fine? I'm
Yes, I
so happy. Before
can.
you
Yes,
joined
I can.
on, and I'm going to let you do your own intro, but before you joined on, I was telling people like, it's so crazy how we only met a few weeks ago, but I feel like I've known you forever now. And I just, we're officially locked in. And so it was only right to have you come on the series And actually, you're the first female who's come on this year. Yeah.
Really? That is so cool. And thank you for having me. Yes, it was just like when we met immediately, the chemistry was just right off the back. And I think it was more so, yeah, I think it was more so that we recognized each other's work ethic. And I really, really love that. Just how you were able to navigate the scene and directly jump into leadership without anyone else having to really do too much. You just navigated it so well and pulled everything together and made everyone feel safe and included. I loved, loved, loved that. Like it embodied everything about Women's Month in general. And you were like a direct example of that just through your interactions and the way you handled everything. It
Oh,
was very beautiful. And I could not leave without getting to
I
know
know.
you
And when I
even
first saw you, I
more.
was like, girl, what is you doing back here? So, first of all, so your camera is still off, just so you know. We only see your profile picture. But we volunteered at a
Okay.
summit together called In Her Bag Summit. And we both volunteered. And I seen her in the kitchen somewhere, and I was like, girl, what you doing back here? And essentially, from those words, that's it. We were there. That we was logged in. We was we were already in. So I'm so happy to tell the world what you're working on. Let them get to know you. Share all of your greatness with everybody else. So before we jump in, do you want to give yourself an introduction?
I definitely will. Again, you guys, I'm super sorry about my camera and my background. Again, my phone
Is
is
that
not
Pepper?
the best, but I'm doing what so my a little bit about me. So I'm Denisha. I am one of the chefs for Thank God It's Vegan. We are family run and owned, and we go around in the community. We help first and foremost by volunteering in our communities, whether it's just the whole family doing it or if it's a singular person. And that's the way that we like to give back for like front hand. And my main focus at my company is vegan and
Okay.
vegetarian food options and
Ooh.
infusions on top of that. So I say herbal blended teas, and I can infuse them or
Okay.
have them uninfused. It depends on what everyone's going for. But the main thing is to get everybody to understand, although we do live in urban areas, there are ways that we can eat vegan and vegetarian, and it doesn't have to be hard on us. And even if you can't do vegan or vegetarian every day, because realistically, that's not everyone's
Mm-hmm.
diet
Mm-hmm.
the best diet for them, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
people their blood type. So even if you can't do that on a regular, maybe you could find out a fun way to have a
Okay.
vegan meal maybe one day out the week, or just give your system a rest by having something simple and easy to make. But you wouldn't know that unless you've looked into recipes or had some time to actually try the food from other people, because a lot of us don't think that we can cook vegan and vegetarian meals. And the thing is, we can, we just don't have a lot of
Facts.
recipes.
Lydia said, I love vegan food, even though I'm not vegan. I also, because when I fast, I do plant-based diet. So I've done the fast from like 3 days all the way to like 31 days. And so because I was able to do it and I surprise myself every single time, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can be like vegan if I needed to be, or like I would say vegetarian, because I don't necessarily have to have meat in all of my meals, right? Like I don't have to have, yeah, mostly meat because I really do realize that I love cheese, and so that's kind of where my heart. That's where I realized it's been a little tough, when I play around with the vegetarian part of things. But you're correct. Like, what are the benefits of? Okay, so what do people not know? I just want to jump in if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no
You can
problem. That
literally turn
works
your
really
camera back on.
well.
It's okay. If it's
Um,
dark, we don't mind. Like, we just want to be in your energy. Yes,
oh, thank you
please. We just
so
want to be in your
much.
energy. We were happy to have you. So, what are the risks when you are not eating vegan? Like when you're always eating meat, you're always eating, and we don't even have to go like to the extreme of unhealthy, but like, what do people need to know about why they need to eat vegan?
Okay, so one of the benefits of eating vegan, number one, is the cell renewal. The same way that a plant renews itself is the same way that your body ends up renewing and healing itself as well too. A lot of things for me, the thing that made me go I and do vegan or vegetarian options was mainly
Mm-hmm.
health reasons, right? There were things that were happening in my family, people being diagnosed with cancers, left and right, and a whole bunch of other things, high blood pressure. And what I noticed, I'm like, okay, there were even times that I had scares of certain things, and I'm like, is the root, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't want to just do a quick fix. We want to get to the root of the problem. And what I noticed is that a lot of these things stem from the
Mm-hmm.
foods that we are eating on a regular basis. And one thing I've noticed is that for any disease or mainly any bad things such as like metal buildups, disease buildups, when you look inside of any animal, you're going to find it mostly inside of the fat
Mm-hmm.
tissues, the fatty tissues. And what has mainly fat inside of it is some of the meats
Okay.
that we eat. You understand? So I figured, all right, if this is what's causing the diseases and stuff and the bad things to hold on, what can I do to get
Mm-hmm.
these things out of my body or make my body
Mm-hmm.
able to fight it
Mm-hmm.
off better?
That's nice. I can, yeah, it's real because we don't think about it until it's too late.
Exactly. So you want to attack it before it gets too late. You want to do preventative
Absolutely.
measures ahead of time. Like I have a that's mixed. Not everybody is a vegan, but I do make sure that I buy mainly vegan foods because I do have an elder and I have a younger child here. And one thing I notice is that a lot of foods that aren't really plant-based or just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
vegetable based, right? Let's not say plant-based. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even like that. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
vegetables and fruits, just straight, right? Because these things can also be processed as well. But things that aren't just straight vegetable and fruits, they end up having effects on the elder in my home and the younger person inside of my home, right? Because you have a lot of things such as sugars and heavy metals that's inside of the candies, that's inside of the cereals. We don't even eat
Wow.
cereal inside of my household because of some of the things inside of it. And health wise, noticing how quickly people in my family are getting certain diseases, it's like, okay, the main thing is the same
Okay.
foods that they are
Okay.
eating. That's what it's getting all back to. And when people are beginning to heal, it's through the foods that they are eating. Um, a long time ago, I had lost
Sorry
my
for that.
uncle to cancer. Thank you. And that had changed my whole lifestyle. Like from that day, I looked at my mom and I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lose you too. And if the way that we can make sure that we're staying alive and living
Yes,
our lives, it's through our foods, through our nutrition. So we have to make sure we're
absolutely.
eating to live. And one of the was holding our household back was that we were used to processed foods, high sugar foods. Nobody really knew any
Mm-hmm.
vegan or vegetarian recipes. And so is like, okay, now I have to step up. Like I went to culinary school, but my focus wasn't on just making
Mm-hmm.
vegan and vegetarian food. So again, that's something I had to learn through working at restaurants that specialized in just vegan and vegetarian options and kind of getting an idea of how I could throw that together
Oh,
because my
man.
sister's always been a vegan. So also in
This
that,
is this is
yeah.
I think when you start a business that has so much meaning like this, it matters more, right? Because you take an extra you take an extra care to it because you started it from a mission, from a bigger why. And you're correct. We don't oftentimes watch the patterns. We don't oftentimes say, this is why this is happening to our family, to our culture, to our community, to our whatever, right? And because you watch the patterns and you said enough is enough, you like, we're going to do something about this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to go back. So once you decided we're going to do something about this, what was your first course of action? Like, where did you start your journey as like even thinking about being an entrepreneur or like switching over your lifestyle?
My journey started with well, my journey I would say honestly started with a book. At the time, I read a book that was called it was called The
Okay.
Philosopher Queen, and that book basically taught me that it was always better to wonder than to doubt. I got tired of seeing people inside of my community fighting health problems and other things that I'm just like, it's literally because of the food that we're eating that's stemming all of these
Mm-hmm.
diseases and other stuff. And it just became too much. So from reading that book in itself, it taught me like, okay, it's better to wonder than to doubt. So in my mind, it's like nothing ever came good from doubt, right? So I wonder if I did
Mm-hmm.
this. And like, my sister, she turned right to me and she was like, just
That's
do it
it.
then. Like if you
Wow.
wonder what it's like, just do it. And I time ago, she asked me if I would ever, think about being an entrepreneur, running my own business. And that was years before this. And I never thought that I would be here because of number one, trying to help my family, and then openly choosing to help my community in the midst of that as
Wow. Okay. So see, I knew I seen your heart when I seen you, girl. That's what it was. I seen you when I seen your big heart and just how much you care. Because to your point, like we were volunteering, right? Like, and one of the things that we kept hearing, which is so funny, was like the other volunteers kept saying to us, they thought that we were getting paid because of how hard we were working. But it's just like, why would I put my name on something that I'm not going to be excellent at? Like, that just, I don't know how to do that.
Right, and I totally agree. I think I had a conversation about this. Like, I'm always here to be of service, not to
Mm-hmm.
be a servant, right? And you can those ways when you authentically
Mm-hmm.
care about what you do and the people that you're like, you're not just there
Yes,
for a dollar. Because it's like, what you doing and who would you be if you weren't making
absolutely.
anything for it? At the end of the day, when that away, all you have is your character. And who are you at the core of that? For me, I've always been a
Mm-hmm.
service-based person. So, or whether I'm doing it for money or whether I'm doing it for free, I believe that people should receive good service because I am here to be of service.
Absolutely.
That's why I've
Absolutely.
signed
I
on for
agree
that.
1,000%. I agree 1,000%. Okay, so I want to get to this whole infused teas. Like, tell us more about that.
Okay. So with my infused teas, I have a couple ways that, I do it where I'll do a consultation. You can let me know what's going on with you. And from there, we make a tea blended to your needs. And we infuse it the way that you want. You can either get it directly with the flower, or you can get it up to you with infused
Okay,
sugar,
so
which you can just add straight into your tea or to any item, any drink item that you have, and it would just be
okay, so I
infused.
need more. Okay, I need to understand. So when you say infused tea, this is for like an ailment or like a like why would I want to infuse tea?
So it's more than just about an ailment. Um, some people they don't like the act of smoking as well too. There's some people who want the benefits of THC and all the other things that the cannabinoids can do for your body, such as getting rid of back pain, having you focus, giving you energy, and they don't want to have to go through rolling weed and that type of thing. They want to be able to get the cannabinoids without the act of smoking. And you get to get more of the medical uses for it and the body benefits when you use it like that directly without destroying the plant
Understood. So
completely.
we're talking about infused as in 420 infusion.
Yes.
I mean, my goodness. Okay,
Exactly.
okay. So I need all the
Exactly.
details. Okay, so I know that we briefly spoke about it, but essentially you are like certified to do like how does that work? Tell us more like from an educational standpoint.
So I've been before this, I've been certified as a culinary chef through Kingsborough Community College and a
Okay.
French culinary institution over here in and recently last year in December, I went and continued my education at Kingsborough for a cannabis culinary
Ooh.
chef. And I for that. So now I am officially able to properly dose people, let you know when it's time for
Wow.
you to stop consuming, or you can. And yeah, I can make not just foods, but also other products that are THC
Oh.
infused or hemp infused. And that was just to make sure that I was
Mhm.
safely dosing people with the edible things that I was cooking. Because again, I started this for health reasons, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just giving people something where they would
Mhm.
have insane psychedelic effects and bad experience. I wanted it to be concentrated, and I also wanted it to be taken in a way where it
Yeah,
would be thoughtful because the whole point is health and not to abuse your
absolutely.
consumption of it, but to make sure that you're doing this with intentional reasons. And that's why, I introduced it through my teas and through other cannabis products such as like
Wow.
smoothie
Okay. Okay.
infusions.
Okay. Changing the game. So I have like several opinions. I absolutely believe that we as Black and Brown people need to be in all areas of the industry as it relates to cannabis 420 weed because we've been criminalized on it for so long so that they can make a business out of it. So it's our turn to make like,
Yes, I
it
completely
and
agree.
it is something that to your point, like as long as it's not abused and mishandled, it can help with medicine. I'm sorry, like health, stress, right? Like all of these things. So I am like 420, go for it. Do what you need to do responsibly. Responsibly. Like the responsibly is always at the end of that sentence. So okay. Okay. I'm loving this. So you have to share with us, well, with them because you've already shared with me. the way in which, remember, you blew our mind when you told us like how to, if you've realized you've consumed too much of anything 420 related, what is your secret or the secret that I've never heard until you told me? Tell us.
Okay. So this is going to work anywhere you guys are. If you feel like you've overconsumed too much cannabis, THC in general, what you're going to want to do is block the receptors. And the best way to do that is by using black pepper. So the black pepper, you're going to want to do it whichever way is easier, quicker for you. You're either going to want to dab some on your tongue as much as you would like, or you're going to want to sniff it. And that's going to help. And then follow that up with some water because who's going to want to just take pepper straight to the tongue like that without any water to follow? So you depending on your weight and your size, it can go anywhere from 22 to about 36 minutes for you to feel
Wow.
yourself coming down, but
Wow.
you will come
That when you
down.
told us that, we were all like, wait, what? What? Why nobody told us that they need to put this on the back of the package?
Right, because you
I
gotta go
know,
to
and
class.
that's why
That's
the education
why.
is so important. And I am, when you told me that, I mean, clearly I was already like, girl, what we doing? How can I support you? Where we at? What we doing next? But when you told me what you're doing, it's so important. It's so important. First of all, it's a $1 billion market, so we need to be in it regardless. When we have large market sizes like this, we need to be in all the markets, period. But when it's a $1 billion market opportunity, and then you do add the vegan and vegetarian portion to it, it's kind of like, I mean, is it a lot of people doing this? Because it feels real fresh to me. It feels like I've never heard this. Like, so am I like late to the game?
So So me personally, I have not seen anyone do an infused vegan and vegetarian food. I definitely seen people doing infused tea, and that's about two people in New York, as far as I know, including another small black business owner who's a woman.
I
Steep
know, right?
Elevation,
We
shout outs to
love
them.
that.
But yeah. And they also do events, but that's as far as I know. There's nobody who's done culinary cannabis in the vegan and vegetarian sector, and the tea is still a
Um,
little bit of us
I mean,
out
like, I
there.
just want to do
But
so. I feel like I want to do so much of everything
oh, go.
because this is like to think about vegan and vegetarian in the general is amazing for the culture. But then to pair it with infusions, it's like exactly somebody in the comment like, yes, to pair it with infusions, it's like a little piece of heaven, you know? I mean, because we're eating healthy, we're being responsible,
Right.
and we're not like overindulging because you are certified to do this.
Right, right. And that's the thing. I wanted to make sure that people know that they can responsibly consume
Yes,
without
yes, yes.
abusing
Okay,
THC.
so what is, go ahead.
You can
I'm so
enjoy
sorry. I didn't
it.
mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, you can enjoy it and be social and have a great time. It doesn't have to be abused. You can enjoy it and actually get the best benefits out of it. Get some bang for
Absolutely,
your buck.
absolutely. Okay, so you say you guys do events. So tell us more about that. Is it like when you say do events, are you just like catering the food for the event, or are you bringing the event to life as well as the food? Oh,
So
wow.
we do both. When we started off, we did workshops where we showed people how to make their own tea blends and their own herb bath infusions. So that was one that was done.
Okay.
We also do catering
Okay.
as well. Well, catering is mainly for dinners, but so we do that according to what do you would what you would prefer for your event. and we can show up and actually provide the catering for you or just make the food and drop it off. We do both. There's a lot that's involved in it and a whole bunch of things that we also have going on in the background. Right now, we're
Okay.
working on our app so that it can make it more efficient for us to get our orders and
Yes.
send them through. And also have been doing events where we speak about health in our
Absolutely.
communities. So yeah, so we do a good amount of things, not
Mhm.
just the catering and not just the events. But for the events, it's if anybody needs us to do workshops, educate people, or speak about health, we are open to doing that. And we are moving forward with throwing events as well too. So stay tuned for that with the Thank God It's Vegan
This is
page and my page as
exciting. I
well.
have so many ideas, and I definitely want to partner with you on some things just because I feel like I want to experience it, but I feel like other people should experience it as well. So tell me,
Yes, yes. I cannot wait. I wanted to speak to you in so much more detail. We do
we
have to get up with
have
a
to,
dinner date and just go over because I definitely wanted to get into more detail before I even drop
yeah.
everything to the public. So we will be
We
speaking
definitely
even
we
more on
must. That's
that.
that's the only way I'm going to have it. We must speak about it. I need to know all the details. I want to support. I want to help. I want to do whatever you need me to do because it's so exciting. You're doing something so amazing, and people at the surface may see it just like food, but this is really health. This is our freaking future that we're talking about, and what you're doing is making us decide. Like we want to live longer. We want to live better. We want to live longer and better. Like, and you're helping us do both.
Exactly. Goal. That's the goal for us to be around longer without the pains and the aches,
Absolutely.
and to be
Absolutely.
overall because it's not just a diet, it really is a lifestyle. It does change your outlook on a lot of things once you start to incorporate that more into your daily food
Absolutely.
habits. But again, of course, everyone to be vegan or vegetarian, but if you guys need help with turning over or making those types of options, please follow us at
Yeah,
Thank God It's Vegan .us and tune in because we'll have that
absolutely.
for
Okay,
you.
this is exciting. Okay, so what is your favorite dish to prepare? What is your favorite vegan or vegetarian dish to prepare? And then your favorite infused dish to prepare.
Okay, that's a good one. So, favorite vegan vegetarian dish to prepare overall, I would say is like jackfruit or
Okay.
walnut tacos. Um, walnut tacos are alkaline, it's high in electricity, so it's a very electric food. That would be your substitute for ground beef, and I love the way that it just
Okay.
soaks up flavor. And if you prefer like a chicken type of texture for your tacos, jackfruit would be your
Okay.
go-to. And it also soaks up a great amount of flavor and it's really easy to cook, very quick, super delicious. So far for my infusions, an infused food that I like to make, which is super quick, really easy, would be something simple. I love Chinese food, so garlic broccoli
Wow.
is my go-to. It's easy to infuse sauces, and all I would have to do is literally add my oil as a base. I prefer sauces, number
Okay.
one, because it takes less
Okay.
heat added to it. So if you already have your infused oil that's already THC and not THCA, then it would be easier for you to apply to your foods without too much cooking off the amount of THC that you want for
Mm.
the added effect. So even
Mm-hmm.
skewers, um, that's good. You can do like some nice sauteed mushrooms because that would be
I
my
love,
meat
yeah.
replacement. So some nice sauteed with garlic marinade or something, and that's
Wow.
like my main thing.
I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to taste all of this.
Yeah, and then the cake. Oh my goodness, like I
Yes.
can't wait to bring you
Oh wait, okay. You said
cake.
desserts
Like
too?
I
Wait,
have to
what? Did you
bring you
just say
that.
desserts? Tell us
Yes,
more.
yes. So there's one dessert that we make specifically for Thank God It's Vegan. It's our
Okay.
cashew cheesecake. Um that's one of our signatures, and we actually have like infused chocolate
Ooh,
on
somebody
that.
said, would you do a
And infusion
cookbook? Ooh,
just
yes. That would be a, ooh. That would that would be fire. We should
right,
get on that.
right.
Lydia released her book, so she might be able to give some details on how to get a book. Yes, yes. Sorry that I cut you off, but I just seen that and I'm like, girl, we need to get you a cookbook.
Yeah, I have so many recipes written down in multiple books, girl. I definitely need to just write it
Oh
down in one
Oh
book
my
and have it
goodness. Okay,
available.
we're
Yeah.
gonna work on. I know how to at least do an ebook, so we can help. I can definitely help you at bare minimum get an ebook, and then we can like figure out how to get you a publisher and all of that. Oh, happy to tell you how she's self-published. Okay, Lydia, we need all the details. You can slide in her. Yes, slide in her DM and let's, this is because you're doing something so important. Okay, sorry we got excited. We got off track. You were telling us about your cheesecake, all right?
Yes, so we have
Ooh,
a vegan cashew cheesecake that we are known for, and I would love for
yes.
you to
I want to
try
try
it.
everything. I want to try everything.
Yeah, you know I have to bring you some goodies and some things for you to try. So we'll have like
Yes,
the cakes and the
please.
teas.
At bare minimum, we could do the cakes and the teas, and then we're going to start going with the broccoli. I love the way that you sounded this broccoli makes. I mean, the way that this broccoli sound is what I really meant to say. That is so funny. This is exciting. I was excited, well, when we was talking about it, but I'm even more excited. And I definitely want to do whatever I can do to support, spread the word, get customers, send people, whatever we need to do because you and your family is on to something. You guys are on to something big here. And we need to just like let the world hear about it and see it and do it and all the things.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are still a startup, so we a lot of
Absolutely.
things are in work, but we're actively doing as much as we can every single day because you are right. Our communities do need this and they do need to hear more about this. And this is why I'm actively out there in the community face to face. Most of our marketing is direct marketing. So I don't have much of an online presence because I'm really outside inside of the community
Mm,
building those connections. But I'm learning I go along that the internet is also a part of people being able to see that and know that they have resources available to them in places like
yes.
us available in their communities. So I'm working
Oh,
more on a stronger
okay.
online presence, not just personal, but for the business so that people who aren't there in person, who are online and they're like, oh, I need this and I just want to order, they're able to have access to that
Absolutely.
as
Yes. You
well.
just said several things. My mind is already going and flowing. I think we briefly talked about it, but I'm starting Travel Tuesday Club, and the idea there was Brooklyn based businesses are losing foot traffic because of the short term rental policy that took into effect in September, right? Which essentially means no overnight stays in any of the cities, like anything in New York City, but Brooklyn was the number two visited city within borough within New York
Mm-hmm.
City. Well, now the businesses are like, we can't afford the rent. We're about to get ready and close. And so what Travel Tuesday is our own SOS. And the idea there is to bring thought leaders like yourself who are movers and shakers and doing these things day to day to businesses, whether it is a spot, whether it is a lounge, whether it's a library, a bookstore, a cafe, whatever that venue is, and bring somebody in to teach a class on why this is important. And so, girl, I'm going to look for us a spot so that you can come and talk about why this is important, and so that the people can buy some stuff from you. Like we're going to make this happen.
Yes, be the goal because I want to support you in any way that I can, Samela. I absolutely love what you do and how you bridge the gaps across our communities, with everyone, just to make sure that we're all helping each other build each other up. And I am so ready to be a
We
part
doing
of
it.
the Travel Tuesday Club and support the other businesses and entrepreneurs who are helping our communities, because I see the love, I feel it so much, and you don't just talk about it, you're actively about everything that you speak about, and I am right
No, we're
behind
on the side of
you with
we
that.
right on the
So you
side of
know
each
me,
other. Like,
I'm
girl,
ready
what you doing? What
to
we doing? What
do
we finna do? Because we didn't meet by
it.
accident, and our
Right.
hearts seen each
Exactly.
other on sight. Like we knew that it was something, and from that, literally from the moment that we seen each other, we like, what do you need? What's going on? What's happening? And we just kind of like glued to each other the rest of the.
It was like immediately I was just like, I met this lady and she feels like she's my sister. And I'm like, just came here from Miami, but I'm just like, I can't shake the feeling that
Our
I've
song.
known her for so long. And I was just like, I was like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't know the feeling, you
Mm-hmm.
can't explain it. And it was just a feeling. It's like, oh my goodness. I'm so overflowed with love and support, and I have to do whatever I can because I know that you were sent in my way for a reason, even down to some of the things you said. Like, I've actively told you, like, thank you for just reminding me and giving me the courage to continue to go, because when you are a business owner, entrepreneur, it's
So,
a very
so sweet,
spiritual journey. And you just say so many things where I'm
girl.
like, God is speaking to me through you.
And
Let
now
me
we
just
finna do
listen.
it together. Now we look, we've been doing it apart long enough. Now we finna do it
Right.
together. And that's the only way.
Exactly.
That's the only way. And I'm just in awe of everything that you're doing. And you know how they say real recognize real, like that type of thing, because we both have the same type of energy and we both want to get up and make a change. And we both are doing it um unselfishly, like to serve others. We instantly, it was just like we
Right.
see it, and it was that on that, like it was literally that on that. And so we're going to do a lot of amazing things together. I can feel it in my spirit. I could tell. I know it. I'm excited about everything you're doing. Whatever skills I have in my mind, I'm now going to just pour them into you, and then we're going to take it to the next level. Lydia, I want you to also send me the information on self-publishing a book, because I have about two, three on my spirit already. Um, okay. So I know we said to 45, but I have a few questions that I always ask every guest, and of course, you have to answer them. So, what is the first question? The first question is, why should people travel more?
I believe people should travel more. Number one, because there's a lot of stigma. there's a lot of stigmas that we have because sometimes our views could be limited to just our culture and the things that we have experienced within our own realms. And that may not always be true. I say it's important to travel because the realm of knowledge is so big, and sometimes the point of view that we have isn't
Mm-hmm.
completely accurate until you go to the see and have the
Mm-hmm.
experience yourself.
Agreed. I 1,000% agree. Traveling is just, I mean, I feel honored to even be able to build a travel company because it really, to your point, it unlocks your mind. It allows you to become a new you with every experience. It is literally an investment, and you could just evolve better, more, greater, bring stuff back home. Oh, they do this here. It's just, there's so many benefits.
Exactly. And it's like the amount of people that you meet, because sometimes we think that we're the only ones like us. And it's been times that I met people from other countries that are just like me.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a different place though. And it's like you don't how similar we are. Like there was something I said to you when we were in the kitchen, and I was
Oh my,
just like, we're
I
all
agree.
alone in this together. And that's literally what it is, and what you realize when you travel, how much we
So many.
have similarities that we don't know about or acknowledge because we aren't traveling to see other people or other things. And the same things that you want are out there and
Absolutely.
they want you too. And sometimes, it may not be in the place that you are in right now or the place that you were born in. So it's important to go out there and see what there is to offer and what knowledge there is to gain, not just the knowledge through reading and seeing, but the knowledge from direct experiences. I think it is so important.
Agreed, agreed, and I couldn't say it any better. That was like a mic drop moment, and I love that your statement. We're all alone in this together. Is that what? It's real. It's real.
Yes.
I am working on so many things. It sounds like I'm just, but they're all connected. They all matter. But one of the things
Yeah.
is allowing people to see that we are interconnected. Just because they're on the other side of the world and you are over here, we are all humans. We all have love, can be kind, and we have feelings, right? So we are way more connected just because there's a language barrier, quote unquote, that has nothing to do with emotions and people, people seeing people. So I agree 1,000%. I agree.
Yeah.
So last question. Do you prefer hotels or home sharing, like Airbnb, home exchange?
Um, I prefer home sharing. Um, I would say I've never had the chance to participate
Hmm.
in a
Hmm.
home exchange program, but I'm pretty sure I can
Hmm.
see you about that because that's what you
Hmm.
specialize in. And Airbnbs
Hmm.
have always been my preference. I feel like for me, it has always been way more convenient and more
Hmm.
comfortable than a
Absolutely.
setting.
And I mean, not to mention your insurance, so you could probably
I
whip up, so you'd be ready to whip up something.
exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I prefer when I'm going somewhere, whether it's for a short time or for a long time, for me to feel like this is
Yes,
my home for a
yes,
moment, you know,
yes.
just for a moment. And that's the feeling that I get with Airbnbs, in general. So I'm not
Hmm.
really a fan of a hotel, but if there's no Airbnb is
Yes,
available, then
absolutely
we'll do what
right.
we can do. But I will be making those connections with you because I'm really looking into
Yes.
that home sharing. And I think that that's really a
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
step.
We're gonna exchange notes and do all the things like from the moment again I saw you, it was just like we're in this, we're locked in. So that's that on that. Okay, so we need the people to follow. what pages. And as she said before, we are all startups. We are both startups. We are working to get our digital presence. But when you are out there on the field actually doing the work, the digital presence is secondary. Now, she's rebranding, they're getting the
Yeah.
app ready, they're starting to they're going to start putting the content out here. So what pages do the people need to actually the page that they need to follow, but what areas in New York City are you only serving New York City with your teas, or can they be shipped? Talk about that. I forgot to ask about that. Sorry.
Okay, so our teas can be shipped. For the meanwhile,
Okay.
we're doing New York City and New
Okay.
Jersey as well. So the New York City and the New Jersey area is doable because we're able to get to those
Absolutely.
areas without a problem. Um, for other areas within
Mm-hmm.
the US, because we are a
Mm-hmm.
traveling restaurant, when we up
Mm-hmm.
inside of anywhere, we would advertise first so
Mm-hmm.
people would know that we're all
Mm-hmm.
be there for them to be
Mm-hmm.
able to put in their
Mm-hmm.
orders ahead of time or during the actual days that we show up there. But it won't be available outside of New York City and New Jersey until we put our pop-up dates in
I'm
the
excited.
cities that we will be in.
I have so many ideas. I cannot wait till we sit down and talk, girl, because it's just like flowing. And I just want to see you win. You already a winner. And what you're doing is like brag worthy and like deserves to be in all of the magazines and the Forbes. And I'm like manifesting that in advance that you will get all those things because you are doing something so amazing.
Thank you so much. I received that. Yes, it is so many things that's in the works. And I'm really we are
Mhm.
just getting
Mhm.
started. You don't even know. So excited for this year. Even this month in itself has been really enriching in the amount of opportunities that has came our way and the amount of doors that has opened and so many things that we've gotten done and accomplished with the Thank God It's Vegan brand. So I'm very excited to continue to go and just do more in our community so people can know what we have to offer and understand that it
Absolutely.
is available to them, especially being from the don't have a lot of vegan and vegetarian options. So for me to be able to do this here when I remember there was days when I was just like, I wish we had this. And it's like becoming that thing that
Wow.
I wish
You
we had.
became the thing that you wish you had. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what true impact is. That literally is what true impact is. Like bringing something that your younger self, older self, future self, family needs. And you said, nobody else is doing it. Don't worry. I got it.
Right. And that was the thing, because sometimes, we're waiting for somebody else to do it. We're waiting for the next person to step up. And it's like, why wait?
Nobody's coming to
Because you
save
can do
us.
it. You can step. Exactly. So we have to save ourselves. And when you do that, you can look around and you can help save others, but somebody has to have the courage to do it. And it does take a lot of courage. I'm telling you, there's so many things. There's so many things, but I do want to encourage everyone, if you have anything, any gift, any talent, and you know that it can enrich somebody else, it can enrich an individual, it can enrich a
Mm,
community,
mm, mm,
do it
mm,
still. Do it still, because even
mm, mm,
I had no money backing us. We didn't have any grants. We didn't have any startup money. All we
mhm,
had was our character,
mhm.
and all I could do was write. All I could write. And that was more than enough, just telling our story and showing up authentically is who I am for people to sit there and support us and believe in us enough to give us the tools to be able to help our communities. And from then, I was just like, if I can
They
do
said do
this with
they
nothing,
said do it
then
scared.
there can help. And yeah, we have to create our own opportunities. You can't wait
Yeah,
for it. You have to create it.
absolutely.
You can be the solution. If you have the solution, you can find a way to bring
Absolutely,
it to
absolutely. I
life.
said if I have to crawl, if I have to cry, if I have to do it broke, what they said, do it scared. Penn said, do it scared. I am doing it broke, scared, unsure, confused, because I know somebody else is waiting on me to get in position for their life to change, for their transition to happen. And so if I have to take the whatever, the quote unquote pain or
Right.
whatever, I will do it so that we can get to the other side because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. And this is what that is what a heart of a servant really, like a steward is, right? Like knowing that it's so much bigger than you,
Hmm.
showing up and giving it your all as if it is for you, even though it's to serve somebody else. Mm.
Right.
Girl, are you ready for
Right.
us to be rich? Before we go, are you ready for us to be? And I am talking about rich in actual finances because that is also important, right? Like I don't want to shy away from when you do something awesome, a paycheck should absolutely 1,000% come with it. You should be compensated for the transformation that you're doing in someone's life. But rich in experience,
Exactly.
rich in character, rich in community. You ready for this, girl?
I definitely am. I feel so
Mm-mm.
abundant already. And um, just that abundance that I feel like it is spilling over into so many things that I do. It's spilling over into my
Mhm,
relationships. I feel abundant
mhm.
in the support that I have. I feel abundant in the people who were able to guide me. I feel abundant in the help that God is sending my way, and just the transformations that I'm making in life in general. I haven't been in a position before to where I could just do what I want when I want, the way that I wanted to do it. And I'm in that position now. And it's like I remember
Mm, mm,
praying for
mm.
times like
Yes,
this, and it's here now. So I'm grateful for every step of the way. It might not be much to a lot of people looking on the outside, but it's about the impact in the lives that I was able to change and the people that I have been able to save in the midst of this that has kept
absolutely.
me going. Because I'm just like, a lot of the things that people don't see, and a lot of the people that you save on the back end and help, and just
Yes,
actually
yes,
teach and pay you in other ways, that I can't even explain. It makes you
yes,
feel so rich in spirit. And then that ends up spilling
yes.
over in real life, because I do feel like that's where a lot of my support comes from. Basically just me showing up authentically as myself, and because people believe in me and they know who I am, they stand behind a lot of the things that I do, and they're
Mm.
so willing and open to support me because they're looking for
Wow,
the stuff that I have. So I'm just be there to
wow. Yeah,
provide
I mean, you
it.
dropped like at least 10 gems in that one statement. In this one statement right here, you dropped at least 10 gems. But you're correct. Like, Bleisure Living is what my ultimate um theme is for Block, right? Like you should be able to do what you want with the people that you want as frequently as you want, right? Like spend time. We don't have to be on the hamster
Right.
wheel anymore to automatically produce success. We don't have to clock in, and there's nothing wrong with clocking in, but there are other ways that you can be fulfilled in life, have a filled bank account as well, and still have so much faith knowing that you are
Right.
operating in your purpose. Like that for me is the ultimate like thing. I tell people all the time I'm after three freedoms: location freedom, creative freedom, and financial freedom. When I can access all three of those, I
Right.
know that I am operating at my highest level because God was a creator. God is a creator. God lacks nothing
Mm-hmm.
at all. And God is in
Correct.
all places, in all times, in all so like being able to be more like God is abundance. It's abundance.
Yes. Yes, because we are already full, we are already full. It's more so that everything now is just coming into
Absolutely.
reflection of that.
And because we are the reflection
So,
of it, then it automatically is looking back at us because life is a reflection of who we are inside. That's why I say you, girl. Look, that's why we see each
exactly.
other. Okay.
Yes. Just meeting a reflection of the energy that we both embody. I think that was one of just meeting you in general has been like a full circle moment because, sometimes he just sends you these people for you to know like it's so worth
Just
it.
keep going.
Just keep
Keep
going
going.
because you don't know how
We're
close you
we're
are.
closer than we've ever
Right.
been today, any other day before. We're closer today than we have
Exactly.
ever been. And so why would I stop now? All them tears, all that blood, all of that, it would go in vain. So I might as well, if I have to crawl to the finish line crying with bloody knees, I'm going. Period. Period. Period.
You made it. I always say keep going through it till you get through it because you're going to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
all. It may be hard, but it'll be easy
Absolutely.
later on. So you do the hard thing
Absolutely.
so you don't have to
Absolutely.
later
Okay, so
on.
is there
Yes.
anything else you want to share with the people before we wrap our conversation? Me and you are clearly not done, but I'm talking about for today's conversation.
Okay, so for today's conversation, I want to leave you guys with I have the Thank God It's Vegan page up. You can again follow at thank.goditsvegan.us. I tagged it in the comments below. And my personal page is mutable_alchemist. And that is where I will do updates of not just the Thank God It's Vegan page, but also the other things that I do in the city, such as what I did with Samela, volunteering for events. I have an event that I volunteered for coming up on March the
Mhm,
27th for the Watch Her Win Network, involved tech and women for
mhm,
Women's History Month. So you guys can look out for that on the Mutable Alchemist page. And as I go on more, I will be doing updates on my personal page. And let me know if you guys have any questions so far as if you're interested in catering, you're interested in vegan recipes, or even your tea needs, because I do focus on
mhm.
tea and
Ooh, we
trees.
like that.
So,
Tea and trees. That sounds like a party theme. That sounds like a
yes,
party. You know, we love our themes for parties.
yes. Yes, so I have this little thing where I call it tea and trees, where it's like you'll have your tea and then you'll have your way of consuming your THC, and then we'll have our conversations.
Oh
It's
my
more so of a
goodness.
relaxing moment. I call that
Yes.
the third safe
I say
space.
yes to that, and I want to be involved next time, this time, upcoming time, if we need to co-host the time, whatever. Yes. Thank you so, so, so much for coming on, dropping all of your amazing knowledge, bringing your amazing energy. I'm excited for what you and your family is doing. I'm excited to support it, and I'm excited to see you on the cover of the magazines and all of the articles and the blogs. And let's. I know I'm gonna see you at the top.
Yes, I received that. I received that. And I know that I would be looking right beside me and you would be right
Right
there
here.
as well. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the things to come, and I'm so excited to help you and just support you even more, Samela. Again, thank you for having me today. Thank you for being the wonderful woman that you are, and just the beautiful, enriching, loving spirit. You really are bringing our communities closer and helping a lot of people just live in their purpose. And I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you again for bringing me to your
Thank you.
platform.
Thank you. We will talk soon. I'm going to send you a voice note when we're done because I just, I have to. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This was such an awesome conversation. Please slide in her DM on either of the two pages. Place some orders if you are in the New York City area. And be great, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. Bye. Bye.
Bye.